Hello everyone, my name is Saxon, and this is the second episode of my series, How to Get Out of Silver. Today, I will be going over the basics of grenades. By basics, I mean how the grenades work, when you should use them, and how you should use them. To start off, I want to do a quick rundown of what each grenade does for relatively new players. The high explosive grenade, also known as HE or HE grenade, explodes. Kind of obvious based on its name. It will deal damage to you and allies, and the damage changes depending on how, if the person has armor or not. Flashbang. If looked at, it will blind you, and even if not looked at, if you're close enough, you will hear a ringing in your ears and be able to hear footsteps clearly for moments. If you turn away, blinding effects are lessened, but the ringing will still occur, although to a lesser extent. Smoke grenade. It explodes in a puff of smoke and blocks off an area, as you can see. Can't see through it. Be careful though, people can still shoot through it, that's for sure. Decoy grenade. Wait for it to pop. Creates fake shots on the location it lands in a sporadic pattern. It is somewhat useless because on the enemy's minimap a red dot will show up where it is, even if they are unable to see it. So it's pretty obvious when a decoy is a decoy. Molotov, or on counter-terrorist side, incendiary grenade, will explode into flames on contact with the ground. The flames will spread slightly over time, as you can see. You take quite a bit of damage very fast from Molotovs, so be very careful. You are unable to throw them very far because they... see, it bounced off, didn't hit a walkable surface. You're unable to throw them very far because they will explode before they hit the ground. This is meant to prevent cross-map Molotovs, just like you can throw very long-range smokes. As you can see, with that smoke, doesn't matter if it bounces once or twice, how long it's in the air, it's still going to bounce around and pop. Molotov, on the other hand, no such luck. It's going to explode in there. See? No flames. Okay. Starting with the HE grenade. The HE grenade should be used when you know enemies are in a tight space or a space you can easily bank a grenade into, or when you think they are. The reason I chose this map for this video is mainly because of Palace. Palace is a perfect place to show off lots of different use cases for grenades. Say you think someone's in Palace, or you know someone's in Palace, you can easily throw a grenade in, bank it off. It's going to explode right where someone would be holding the corner, right at their feet. Perfect, great damage, and very little risk to you because you can throw it from almost any area. The other time you should use HE grenades is if you know someone does not have much HP and you believe you can get a grenade to land close to them. A great example is Firebox, these boxes back here. If you're retaking site, especially if it's a one-on-one, and you know their Firebox, even if they aren't lit if it's a one-on-one, you will want to just throw a grenade that is back there as far as you can. Very easy to do. That was a low throw. Gives them less time to avoid it. But you can just lob it over there, and it will land right above them and still do quite a bit of damage. Flashbangs. You want to use them to either help you escape, help you secure a kill, or to delay pushes. So, first example, if you're trying to escape, or if you're trying to move back, or change positions in any way, flashing can either cause the enemy to turn away and not be looking in your direction for a moment, or cause them to be blinded and deafened and make it extremely unlikely for them to shoot you. A great example here, and a great flash I love to use, is if you're at triple box and you're being pushed at ramp or at palace. What you can do is just turn around and simply throw the flash off the top of it. It will move over the box and pop right in the middle of the site, blinding anyone ramp and anyone palace. Most people will be able to see this flash and will turn away from it. But you can move while the flash is going. If anyone turns to aim at you and try to shoot you, they'll be blinded. And if they turn away, you'll be able to escape. It's pretty much a win-win. The other time, second use case, flash should be used is when you're trying to secure a kill. Let's say you know someone is in Palace, and you want to push them. You're fairly certain they're holding an angle close, so you want to blind them so you don't get shot immediately. You can lob a tiny little underhand flash around the corner, and look at that. Bounces and pops almost immediately. So if I was holding this angle right here, which is very common, I would be blind. You can either rush in, grab the kill, or you can peek for information. If they decide to keep looking at the flash, they're blind and will have to blindly spray at you. Very good chance you'll win the duel. If they turn, they will have to readjust their aim after you're already peeking, which is not good for them, and you will likely win the duel. The other time you want to use a flash is if you're trying to delay a push. Do not do this if people are already pushing. If people are already pushing, you should be trying to secure a kill, or you should be trying to escape. Say if people were pushing me, like I mentioned earlier, I would not be using a flash to try to delay a push. I can't delay it. And since they're already pushing out, they're already out ramp in Tetris, and they're already out Palace, any delay I cause will be minimal and will probably only result in my death because I'll be giving away my position or leaving myself vulnerable because I do not have enough flashes. To delay a push, you need to flash high, or you need to do a very high, just high and open in general. If you can do a high and open pop flash somehow, that's great, but the situations in which you can do those are rare. See, if I'm trying to delay a push ramp and I'm in jungle, because I have a teammate who's trying to rotate to CT, but I don't think he'll get there in time, I can stand here and flash high over the stairs in Tetris. You can see right about here. Anyone ramp will be blind. They'll see it coming and will be able to turn away. Anyone Tetris will be blind. They probably will not be able to turn away. Anyone Palace, who isn't looking strictly at this angle, will be blind. It's a great flash. Someone's blind, they will not be pushing. Someone has to turn away, then they will not be pushing. Okay, moving on to smokes. Smoke grenades you want to use to prevent players from shooting you from angles. It's pretty much the main thing. You want to prevent someone from seeing something. Whether it be you want to prevent the terrorists from seeing out of Palace, or any other choke point, for example, to be able to push, then that's one way. Or say you're a terrorist and you're taking sight, you do not want to worry as much about about CT spawn. You can smoke off CT. They can't see through that. You have a very small chance that you'll be shot through it. You're able to focus more on jungle, connectors, stairs, make your way into sight. To give a very good example is on Mirage, especially. You will see players almost always smoke a ramp as soon as they run out. Just toss the smoke there, walk off the top. This is to prevent a rush out A ramp, since terrorists can get right about here by the time counter-terrorists can get here. If someone has an AWP or an AK and good aim, counter-terrorist is in trouble. That's why they usually smoke it as soon as they run out from CT. Smokes are kind of like HE grenades. You want to be able to predict where they're going to go and throw them reliably. So right now, I know this will go in Palace because there's only really one spot it can go. This has to bounce in there. And it can't, there's no opening on the other side. It can't bounce out. And the choke point is small enough that it can't mess up. Those are great spots for smokes. The only other thing you can use smokes for, really, besides very specific situations, is to lock down areas completely. Say you want to lock down connector. You're on the terrorist team, you've already taken the site, you want to lock down connector. You do not want to worry about jungle, you don't want to worry about behind you. So you can throw a smoke over here, completely blocks off the view from jungle. You can sit here, peek it, you can sit here and wait for push. You can sit here and wait for push, sit here and peek it. Pretty much anything. As long as you have a teammate worrying about CT and your other angles, unless you're standing at the very top of stairs, it's very unlikely that you'll be shot from anywhere else. Locking down areas allows you to focus, take one-on-ones when the enemy team is trying to retake, which is very beneficial. It's a lot better to take 1 versus 1s than 1 versus 2s or any more. Decoys. Like I've stated before, decoys are not that useful at the moment. Hopefully there's some changes made. I'm a big advocate for removing the red dot on the enemy's map. But one thing that's common is, especially at lower ranks, because people are a bit overzealous with their rotations, is to throw decoys at one site and rush the other, or at least make your way towards the other. Great example that I saw when I was playing with a lower ranked friend on one of my Smurf accounts, was someone on our team called for us to all buy decoys and throw them towards a site. Didn't even matter where, he just said throw them towards a site. I was skeptical, but I was messing around having fun. So I thought, why not? I'll follow his plan. And it worked perfectly. It confused me, but it worked perfectly. We all had Glocks, we threw our decoys towards a ramp, towards a site, and we started running B. By the time we got about here, all the decoys were popping. We started walking. And we could hear them rotating off cat going to A. People fell for it. I do not advocate this strategy, but it's something that can work if you have nothing else you can try. If it's a last resort, or if you really you almost never will use decoys, and I really recommend against buying them. If you have $50 extra, it's a bit of a waste of money. That all being said, this may as well be a separate topic, but that all being said, decoys are useful for being fake flashes. Look at the decoy in my hand. Looks exactly like the flashbang, right? Just a red ring instead of a blue ring. Now, look at the flash when I throw it. I'm throwing a flashbang. Regardless of the grenade arc and the red bounce stats, you see when it was in the air how hard it is to tell if it's blue. Now look at the decoy. Can you tell that it's not blue? No, you can't. And it looks exactly the same when it's flying, almost when it's pretty much the same when it's in your hand. Decoys make great fake flashes. Because if you throw, say I throw a fake flash, if someone's cat, and I'm right here, if I throw a fake flash around the corner, they're going to turn away from it. I can peek with it because I know I will not be blinded, but they don't know that. Moving on to the final grenade, Molotovs. Molotovs are meant either to force someone out from a position, they're an alternative way to lock down a position, an alternative way to prevent pushes. Smokes are the main way. Molotovs are more used when you have a stronger belief that the enemy will rush no matter what. Say they'd won a round. Say you won the first 3 rounds on whatever side. The enemies won a round, but then you won one right after that. You reset their economy. They're not going to have money, so they're probably just going to want to rush and try to overwhelm a site. The perfect example on this map, once again, one of the reasons I chose this map for this video, is B site. Lots of teams will rush B with pistols, fly out the windows, fly off flat, and just try to take the site. So lots of people will buy Molotovs and just simply throw them through the window. Now you have the entire enemy team rushing through the Molotov. If it's a save, they're likely not going to have armor. It will do a lot of damage and will probably even kill 1 or 2. So that's the example of either, well, I guess you can call that locking down an area, but that mostly delaying a push. If teams are smart, they will wait it out, and your team has time to rotate. Locking down an area, great one at A site, is when you're coming out from T ramp. Locking down an area, you don't want anyone to peek you CT. Now, the only places you can peek CT and C ramp, the furthest you can be back in CT is right here. So am I able to throw a Molotov here that will cover this entire area? The answer is yes. Get back to ramp. If you can throw the Molotov correctly, it will land back here. It will force anyone to either peek very close, be vulnerable to being shot with Palace at this point, because their shoulder is peeking, or to peek here and only watch one angle. They can't move back, and they can't move forward. If they move forward, they're going to get shot. If they move back, they're going to burn. The other example is to force people out of positions. This, once again, this map is pretty much perfect for this video. A very common throw would throw a Molotov under Palace. It covers the entire floor. There's no way anyone can stand under here unless they jump up here, in which case you'll probably hear them and you can see them through the crack. If someone is down there, they'll be forced out, and they'll have to either try to take fight a ramp or climb up the ladder. Either way, you'll be able to hear them because no one's going to walk through a Molotov, they're going to run. And they will already be damaged, so easier fight for you. Now, to finish off the video, I want to explain the 5 different throws you're able to do with grenades. First off, there's the simple left click throw. You just hold left click, and throw. Fairly long distance throw. Second one is right click and left click. See, notice my left hand, how it moves. This is an indicator of how you're going to throw it. It's a medium distance throw. It'll probably land about Tetris. Yeah, about even. Then there's the underhand throw. I do not recommend doing this with a grenade. The underhand throw is short, very short. Aiming about head level. It's going to go just a few feet from you. Not that far. Then you have the 2 trickier ones. Say you have a right-handed, like a full regular throw held. Notice what happens when I hold right click. It goes down to the medium throw, right? What if I released in the middle of that? It's a bit, notice where it's a bit longer than a medium throw, but not quite as far as a long throw. You guessed it, the same goes for underhand going to a medium throw. Rather than landing right about there, I'm able to throw it a little bit farther. Not quite a medium throw, not quite a short throw. Server by yourself, like I'm doing, and just practicing throwing grenades in the correct places and in the correct ways. Getting used to them. You should be able to get a feel fairly quickly for how far a grenade is going to go when you throw it. Like right here, if I'm walking forward, it's going to bounce perfectly into firebox. Right at chest level, just like I said. It's just something you'll pick up. It won't come fast, but it won't take a long time. It's like crosshair plays from my earlier video. You'll get used to it fast, but it will take a while to just feel natural. That being said, the other way that I probably recommend above going to an offline server is going to a community retake server. Retake servers, if you don't know what they are, they will set you on either terrorist or counter-terrorist team. The terrorist will have planted the bomb, and it's the counter-terrorist job to retake the site. The terrorists are set up in common positions, and the counter-terrorists are set up in common positions as well. You'll be given a weapon, along with usually a nade or 2. This is great because it gives you a real, a plausible situation to practice using grenades in and practice using them effectively. I highly recommend that, and that's what, honestly, when I was silver and when I was learning the game, that's exactly what I did, and it helped me immensely. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. Please, any advice, tips, just general anything in the comments, go ahead and post. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.